Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And it's time once again for our piping hot fresh. Today on Memorial Day, star ratings for AEW's Double or Nothing 2025.
Yeah.
Hot and fresh, Larson. Hot and fresh. Like
summer starts today, and these star ratings are as hot as the surface of the sun.
Right. Not quite as hot maybe as like deep into the sun.
No, that's super hot.
That's like if we did it 5 minutes after the show.
Yeah, right afterwards. That would be
We're
interior of the
all
sun.
that.
Surface, yes. Interior, no. Anyways, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Show kicked off with the finals for the Women's Owen Cup Tournament. Seeing Mercedes Moné defeat Jamie Hayter to win the tournament. Steve, what'd you give this match?
Gave this match 4 stars. Thought it was good. I thought it was very, very, very good. They did the old, I'm gonna work a body part, work a surgically repaired back stuff. It was a really, really well done match. Not a lot of drama in terms of who the winner was gonna be. That being said, can't knock the actual wrestling. I thought it was awesome. 4 stars.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I'm just a little bit lower than you, 3 3/4. Again, a little light on drama because we all knew Mercedes was going to win, but a really well done match and effectively put together and a well told story.
Yeah.
Next up, a tag match which sees FTR taking on Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia. I mean, you can't really quibble a lot about the quality of the wrestling. It was good.
Yeah.
The story, it's not one I'm terribly invested in. For some reason, it feels oddly detached from this FTR heel turn, even though I enjoy their work way more as heels as opposed to faces.
I liked them as they were becoming heels, more than them actually being heels.
Yeah. Like, I like Stokely. I like heel FTR.
Yeah.
For some reasons, this isn't connecting with me. I gave this 3.5. I thought it was solid.
Is
it was
it
a
because
well-wrestled
they're feuding with commentary?
It could be.
Maybe.
I thought it was a well-wrestled match, but, I just don't find myself that invested in the story at this point. So
I'm sorry, what did you give it?
3.5 is a really well-wrestled match.
I gave it 3 1/4 because, do you need 22 minutes for this match?
Did that really get 22 minutes?
It got 22 minutes, and I remember during it thinking it was long. I think 15 would have been fine for this.
Yeah.
I did appreciate the amount of cursing in this, though.
There was a lot of cussing, yeah.
There was a lot of cussing in this match, and I liked that about it. So I went from 3 to 3 1/4.
There you go.
For the cursing.
All right, let's talk about this stretcher match, which sees Ricochet defeat Mark Briscoe. Steve, what'd you give this one?
I gave this 4.5, man. I love this match. Mark Briscoe is becoming kind of my low-key wrestler of the year because he shows up and he puts on these matches that, number one, this dude like our age, and he's just putting on banger-ass matches.
Yeah.
Ricochet's awesome. Great characters in this. There was comedy, there was drama, there was just buckets of blood. This is my shit. And hey, you know what? They did this in 16 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all you need. If you can't do your shit in 16 minutes, then get out of here with that. 4.5 stars. Thought it was awesome.
I went 4 1/4. Everything you said, copy and paste. This was a lot of fun. Good stuff. All right, let's talk about this one. AEW Tag Team
people.
Title match. You had Hurt Syndicate defeating Sons of Texas to retain those titles.
Hey.
This match was way too long. Should have been half the length. It should have been half the length. I get it. I make the argument that AEW is not. It's about the performance of professional wrestling, and so that's why in a lot of instances where it's like, why is this match competitive? I think we get competitive matches because everybody's getting an opportunity to showcase what they can do, and on one level, I can appreciate that. But Hurt Syndicate should not be having a whole lot of competitive matches right now. And I think it would have been pretty funny, in fact, if Hurt Syndicate was dominating, but MJF just wanted to interject himself so much that he still offered Hurt Syndicate to use the ring. Anyways, the wrestling of this match was all right. It was way too long. I gave this 2 1/4 stars. You give me some good, dominant Hurt Syndicate matches where you really focus more on the interpersonal dynamics between everybody as opposed to having competitive matches, and I'll be more into it because I feel like if you explore that during the course of the match, it's going to be wildly entertaining.
Yeah, dude. You know, man, I respect the hell out of Dustin Rhodes. I really do.
Same.
His legacy is intact. It's firm. He is really last of his kind. But man, this guy should be turning to dust when in there with these. It's one thing for them to be competitive against other tag teams in Ring of Honor or even other tag teams on main roster in AEW. But Hurt Syndicate is not a normal tag team. They're massive, highly accomplished, massive dudes who are super athletic and are veterans, so they know what they're doing. These guys are the ultimate tag team in AEW, and there's like a massive gap, and then there's everybody else. And Dustin and Sammy just, even compared to like FTR, the Young Bucks, like other tag teams that you could see being competitive against the Hurt Syndicate based off of how good of a tag team they are, these guys are not there. They should be turning into dust against these guys. So I gave this 2.5 stars, a little bit more than you. I did appreciate the character stuff. I like Bobby coming around to MJF because whenever he has that moment with MJF, just like last week or this past week when MJF signed with the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby acts like he doesn't like him and then he's all about him. And it looks legitimately like Bobby's having fun with it.
Give us more of that.
There's something infectious about
I know,
that.
something focus on that stuff, you know?
Yeah. And so I like that about this match, but it's just so unrealistic.
Yeah.
To see somebody of Dustin's age in there with these guys. Like, I understand the pro wrestling trope of like you're older and you get really good, but
there's got to be a point where skills diminish as age increases, you know, because you get to a certain point, it's just not realistic.
This really stretches the whole suspension of disbelief thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 stars.
Let's talk about a spectacular bout. Okada defending the Continental Championship against Speedball Bailey. Steve, what'd you give this one?
4.5 stars. Holy shit. I love these guys. This match was awesome. They had me from moment one. Again, 16-minute match. That's all you need. How is it Larson, FTR versus Garcia and McGuinness got 6 more minutes than this match?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Why?
Give me 22 minutes of this match.
Yes, but no. All you need is 16 solid minutes of action, build to a great finish, and that's what we got here. These guys are great. They could do no wrong. 4.5 stars.
I went 4 3/4. This match was awesome. My match of the night. I thought,
man,
in terms of match construction, the way it built towards the finish, all the counters, just really creative, inventive stuff that was wildly entertaining from the opening bell to the very end. Great character work, just all around. These are the type of matches that I really enjoy in my professional wrestling.
Also, big moves.
Huge moves.
Huge moves.
Huge. Let's move on to the AEW Women's Championship match. Toni Storm defending against Mina Shirakawa. In a lot of respects, a very traditional pro wrestling match in that it's work a body part and try to wear your opponent down until they can't wrestle anymore.
Yep.
And Mina almost got there with Toni. The character work between these two is absolutely off the charts. Their chemistry is great. The match was really good. It really picked up towards the finish, and the post-match stuff was wildly entertaining. I gave it 4 stars.
I gave it 4 1/4, slightly higher than the Owens final, because it was kind of the same type of match, working over a body part, except I felt like this one had the added bonus of the characters being so damn entertaining in their chemistry, and then, like you said, the post-match stuff. So I gave it a little bit higher than the women's opening match.
All right, let's talk Anarchy in the arena. You had Team AEW taking on Death Riders and the Young Bucks. Steve, what'd you give this one?
It's so hard to rate a match like this because it's not really a match. You know, it's silliness. It's designed to entertain, and there's a lot of wrestling in it. I can't go any higher than 4 stars, and I can't really go any lower than 4 stars because it was so damn entertaining. So I went 4 stars. Thought it was wildly fun. One of my favorite Anarchy matches. The stapling bit, the costumes, the finish, the right winner, the ambulance stuff. Yeah, it all, there was a lot going on here. Did it need to be 35 minutes? Probably not. But no, regardless, Thought it was wildly entertaining. I gave it 4 stars.
I only went 3.5 because I felt it was way too long. Make this a 22-minute match.
Yeah.
And now we're talking.
Okay.
22 to 25. Take 10 minutes off this match, and now we're talking. Too much milling about, brawling in the crowd. I'm just not into that at this point in my wrestling fandom where I need to see people. I get it. You want to have the chaotic feel, so to send everybody out in the crowd to start brawling. I get it. It's a wrestling trope. I understand it. It's just what I'm kind of tired of. So, yeah, it was too long, too much milling about and brawling in the crowd, so I docked it because of that. The good stuff was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The good stuff was awesome. Just focus on the good stuff and not so much the brawling in the crowd.
Gotcha.
Next up, Paragon. Taking that L to the Callis family. Again, this is a well-wrestled match.
Yeah.
But, again, another story I'm in no way invested in. I gave it 3 1/4. It was fine. Didn't need to be 12 minutes. No. Probably should have been no more than 10.
Yeah. 10 would have been fine. I mean, shaving 3 minutes. It was 12. It was almost 13. Shaving 3 minutes off it would have made a big difference. Like you said, man, honestly, I was just distracted with how fucking huge Kyle Fletcher is these days.
Massive.
I mean, not just like muscular, but it's like you look at him with other people and he's just a really tall dude. He's like what they say WWE size, or we say. Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. The wrestling is fine. Again, this is kind of the thing though, where it's like you got these big beefy dudes that are also really great wrestlers that have good track records, and you have like 3 old smaller guys. I look, man, the Undisputed Era, I love those guys. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I feel like they should be turned to dust. With these guys, look at how big these guys are. Fletcher is like huge, and they're really good at their wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're huge. It's not like no disrespect meant, but the other dudes in this family, Lance Archer and Brian Cage, right? They're big dudes that don't have a great track record, a great win-loss record. Well, these guys do. These guys are super powered, and they're with these smaller dudes. So, I don't know. It shouldn't be that competitive. They should be turning them into dust.
Wow. All right. Finally, the main event.
Dust.
Main event. Hangman Adam Page wins the men's Owen tournament, defeating Will Ospreay. Steve, what'd you give this one?
5 stars. Get out of here. Come on. 5. This is a 5-star match. God damn it. The shootout was awesome. The drama was awesome. Larson, we didn't know who the hell was going to win this match going into it, which always helps. And towards the finish, we're sitting there like, oh my God, this could finish it. This could finish it. This could finish it. Is he gonna counter this latest buckshot attempt? Is Hangman gonna, Hangman falls over when Ospreay tries the hidden blade that time? God damn. This is everything I want out of a pro wrestling match. So I gave it 5 stars. Great stuff.
It was great. I didn't quite give it 5 stars. I went 4 3/4. Fantastic match. The drama was there. The character work was there. And the quality of the wrestling was top notch.
Top notch, man. Whoa, boy, this was good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
really good stuff.
Huge into this. Anyways, those are our star ratings for AEW Double or Nothing 2025. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below by giving us your star ratings. And if you get your star ratings into our comments by this Thursday, guess what? You'll be hot and fresh more than those other guys. We'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.